Hello student, today I will tell you about the concept of the chemical reaction and equations. What to understand by the chemical equation and reaction? Before starting this chapter, we just have to understand about the chemical reactions. We'll start our discussion from daily life activity or observations. You might have seen the brownish layer develops on the surface of iron. Suppose that I'm talking about an iron materials. I have iron rod I have taken here. You would have seen a brownish layer is developing over the surface here. Is that clear? Have you studied here this concept here? Yes, everybody have seen this. Okay, a brownish layer is developing on this. What this brownish layer? Simply in general way, people speak that it gets rusted, and chemically we'll speak here gets corroded. So obviously, before the formations of this layer, the iron was black in color, but the brownish layer develops on the surface. What the brownish layer is there? So we speak chemically here. Some gases and some other substances actually available around the iron rod, and this get connected with these are new substances being formed here. This is chemically we speak here corrosion or rusting. Simply we speak here rusting. The material gets rusted. Is that clear? So is this a chemical reaction? Yes, this is a chemical reaction. Also, when a teacher starts teaching the chemistry in the classroom, then students an idea comes, some view comes or rises in the mind of a student. There is test tubes and some we can speak here some test tubes and beakers and labs and some happening some lightning, some giving sounds, some giving colors of different solutions. These types of view actually just creates in the mind. I just taken here a test tubes and I have taken here some chemical. These chemicals, some granules of the chemicals I put here. This is that clear? And some other types of chemical also have. From another test tubes, I put here solutions of some other chemicals. After some time, we'll observe that. That this is formation of new substance. Substance A I have taken here this. It's combined with substance B. A new substance is being formed. The name of substance is here. We can understand this with the help of some activity. These activity will help you to understand the chemical reaction. What exactly happens here? So you may see here, I'm just telling an examples of chemical reactions. What the chemical reactions is here. So a virtual lab I'm representing here before that. Is that clear? This will understand the chemical reactions. Clear, right? So see guys, I'm just taking here. I have just taken here some utensils like that. A beaker I have taken here before you. Is that clear? And in that beaker, I will take some solution, some materials like that. What I have taken? I am taking here very common types of substances called like that. Iron I am taking this. Where is iron? So I will try to search this iron. Fe. The iron is coming here. Yes, the iron we have taken. I have taken the only 2.7 grams of iron. Right now, don't be worry about the amount how much to be taken. 3 grams, 5 grams, a very small amount of the irons to be taken here. And in the liquid, I'm taking some HCl solution is that clear? And I'm just putting the HCl solution in very small amount. We'll see that some is happening here, some reactions is being taken place, and from this a burning instincts is brought here near closer to this. What is happening? Is gas sprinkled right now. Very interesting it is. And why this is happening? This actually is happening due to some chemical reaction. So what the chemical reaction is taking place here? You may see this. I took here the iron. You may see this Fe plus S2, or in that I put here HCl. That is that a new substance is being formed, HCl2 and hydrogen gas. The bursting of this utensil or test tubes is due to the formations of extreme temperatures or high heat. Is that clear? So this happens are chemical reactions. So same thing I'm telling here this. I took here iron Fe, is that clear? And will combine with HCl. I took the HCl solution in that, and what is happening? Iron is combining with chlorine. You would have seen the chemical reaction, FeCl2. So, sir, Fe is here, but Cl is here, but I wrote here by FeCl. You will have studied about these valencies and this writing of this formula in the 9th class. I'm just revisiting this concept. Iron have the 2 valency or 3 valency. Is that clear? And chlorine have the 1 valency, minus 1 valency. The meaning of that is minus 1. It means that during the chemical reaction, chlorine will accept 1 electron from the foreigner atom, the neighbor atom, which will come to combine with this. Okay, and the iron will give the 2 electrons. So obviously, if iron will combine with chlorine, it will give 2 electron to the chlorine, right? No, but 1 chlorine will take only. So 2 electron could be taken by 2 chlorine together, and the formation will be FeCl2. Is that clear? Everybody in the studio? So this is actually the formation of that. For understanding the valency in chemical reaction, please visit our video of the 9th class, valency concept. FeSCl. Now combine here the formation of iron chloride. This is called the second valency is ferrous chloride, we can speak here. And what's remaining here is hydrogen is remaining here. So obviously hydrogen H will form? No, H2 will form. So what is called H2 will form here this? It is in the gaseous state. So I'm writing just G here, and the easy or handsome way of writing any chemical reaction or equations I will tell you later in the subject or in the chapter. Is that clear? FeCl2. Now why I wrote here H2? So I'm telling you HCl is I have taken, and it's chlorine combined with Fe. H is in an atomic state. If I will not take hydrogen as a H2, it means H writing is simply writing of atom. And in the practical life, and the temperature and pressure and the physical quantity among which we are living or spending our life, the atom existence is not possible. The existence of atom of hydrogen requires enormous temperature, or this is not condition of existing the atomic state of hydrogen. So during the process of this reactions or this happening is actually H2 forms here, right now. So see guys, what I am telling this. So when iron nails or iron pills when are come in contact with HCl, it gives FeCl2 and H2. So we can also speak this in the word iron materials when comes in contact with HCl, it gives FeCl2 and with liberation of hydrogen gas. Is that clear? This happening is called chemical reaction. Listen guys again. This happening is called chemical reaction. Means what is happening with the iron and HCl. This is called what happening with the iron and HCl. This is called chemical reaction. And this representation we are giving here on the screen by writing the symbols of iron and HCl with the formations of the new substances is called chemical reaction. So if I would ask the question, what is chemical reaction? Tell please, what is chemical reaction? So everybody can write the definition of chemical reaction. Please write the definition of chemical reaction. When two or more substances combine together to form new substances, this happening is called chemical reaction. And what is called chemical equation? So we can speak here chemical equation, the symbolic represent chemical equation. The symbolic representation begins. Symbolic representation. Symbolic representation. Symbolic representation of chemical reaction. symbolic representation of chemical reaction is called chemical equation. This is called chemical equation. So I'm writing some chemical equation before you. One equation I wrote here just before you, FeSeL2. This is combining with that. Is that clear? I'm taking this. So have a look this. One example of chemical reaction. By writing this, I want to tell you, when you are writing the answers in chemistry, you all have to write the examples and the chemical equation for the writing of the chemistry answers. It will put a great impact for the valuationer who will check your answer. FeSeL2. Some like that hydrogen is combining here with water is giving H2, but the liberation of hydrogen. So H2 hydrogens combining is quite difficult reaction it is, or not easy to explain. Some terms are required here to explain, which is beyond your course content. I will tell you this later in the subject. So some more I am telling you. Carbon, just like that. Anything else which is made up of carbon, you take in your practical life and burns it in the air. When I speak burns in air, anything else when burned in air, it is actually combined with oxygen. So carbon, when come in contact with oxygen, gives you carbon dioxide with the liberation of heat and light. We can speak here, this is the involvement of the energy, the heat and light, both the forms of energies are here. Carbon is combining with oxygen, giving carbon dioxide, and also nitrogen is combining with hydrogen, is giving ammonia. But is this some reaction? Nitrogen is not existing in the atomic state. In this word I will speak, nitrogen is combining with hydrogen, giving NH3. This is ammonia gas. But a very great concept is coming here, sir. The left side substances or the materials I have taken are called reactants. And these are called products. When we'll write any chemical reaction or chemical equation, we need to give informations about the chemical reaction and equation. So I just want to tell you, in this chemical equation, the left side product I mentioned here are called reactants. The right side substances formed here are called product. So we can speak here, chemical equation is the symbolic representation of chemical reaction. Simply, more greater symbols you can use, more informative the chemical equation you can make. So we can speak here, a chemical equation is required. Chemical equation is required to make the chemical reaction more informative. Is that clear? Understood you? Now we'll see the next concept here. In the chemical reaction, nitrogen combining with hydrogen giving ammonia. You may see in ammonia one atom of nitrogen involved, but as a reactant in the molecule of N2, the two nitrogen atoms are existing. So how this is possible, sir? As a reactant, two atoms are participating, but as a product, only one nitrogen atom is existing. So chemical reaction is destroying one atom. Where does one atom goes? No any chemical reactions are still existing in the world of chemistry that can destroy these substances. Means that such kind of reactions we can employ in our practical life that can destroy the substances. The whole world will disappear. So absolutely this is the wrong chemical equation is written here. We need to, so two atoms are being participating here as a nitrogen is molecule right now. So we write down here this two. So I'm telling this again, one nitrogen molecules combining with hydrogen giving ammonia. The condition circumstances or formation of ammonia, we'll tell later. So as a reactant, we are watching this, 2 atoms being participated, but as a reactant, 1 atom is only. So the left side more 1 atom is there, right side. So I will write down here 2s. Now by writing the 2, nitrogen atoms become 2, but the hydrogen becomes here 6. How? H3, it means 3 atom of. I just want to tell you, any substance symbol, when I write this, so X is the symbol of substance and 3 is its called its atomicity. Atomicity means how many atoms are together combined here. So it is written as X3, means 3 atoms together. Same here, H3 means 3 atom of hydrogen. When I write here 2, 3, 4 and some more, it means 2, 3, 4 times H3 I am taking here. So everybody will remember here this concept. Okay. Now look this. 2. By writing 2 before NH3, N become 2. 2 atoms of nitrogens are there. But 2 3s are 6. 6 atom of nitrogens are there. And here only 2 atoms I have to here. So I am writing 3 here. I will write 3. So it's make there 3 hydrogen atoms together. And hydrogen 6 atoms to the reactant and 2 atoms of nitrogen to the reactants. Now we'll speak here how many atoms or so many amount of substance that being participated in the chemical reaction, so many atoms are here being formed. This we can speak here. In the chemical reaction, the substance does not destroy or does not vanish. So we speak here, this is the law of conservation of matter. Matter can never be created nor be destroyed. Also the concept has been explained by the Dalton's in his the theory, Dalton's atomic theory, that in any chemical reaction, atom never destroy, never creates. This leads the first law of the chemical combination called law of conservation of mass. So what the statement of law of conservation of mass? In any chemical reaction, substance neither create nor destroyed. This is the law of conservation of mass. So everybody understood you? The activity which we have done here with the nitrogen combining with hydrogen is called balancing a chemical equation. A question here just rises, what is a balancing chemical equation? The question is that, what is balancing chemical equation? What is balancing a chemical equation? What is balancing? So any student can write what is balancing. So keeping the number of atoms either side as a reactant or product of any substance is called balancing. But why do we do so? The second question is there. Why do we balance? Why do we balance? Why do we balance the chemical equation? It's simple, it is. You just have to think, if we will not balance the chemical equation, then what would happen? Obviously, this will give a challenge or the wrong concept we imply for the chemical combination law. So we can speak here, we balance the chemical equation to keep existence of the law of chemical combination. So one can speak the answer, we balance the chemical equation to validate the law of chemical. So you will write here answer, to validate the law of chemical combination. Law of chemical combination. We were to validate the law of chemical combination. Yes. And what is balancing? I told you the balancing keeping right now. It means the basic concept. Chemistry is very easy subject. But before understanding the chemistry, we just have to be perfect in the language sense. exactly what the meaning of the word particularly. Now we are moving our study toward the types of chemical reaction. Suppose I'm writing some more examples here with, like that sodium metal I'm taking with HCl acid. So this NaCl is combining with sodium is combining with HCl, NaCl. Now I wrote here NaCl, not NaCl2. Tell me please why. Now everybody understood here this. One valency of sodium satisfied with one valency of chlorine. Right now? Now, but should I write here only one H? No. I just have to write here as 2, because hydrogen is being formed in the molecular form, not in the atomic state. That I told you, in our world of such physical conditions, hydrogen cannot exist in atomic state. This is existing in molecular state again. So this is a chemical reaction, very fast reaction this takes place here, and we'll see this enormous heat will develop, more heat will develop. So in some chemical equation large amount of heat develops, in some chemical reaction heat develops, in some chemical reactions sound produces, in some chemical reactions combinations takes place here, some chemical reactions explosion takes place here, complex molecule splits into simpler molecules. Means different types of happenings take place during the chemical reactions. So on the basis of this happening, chemical reactions are classified in the different types. I am writing before you this. You also can see in your textbook. Is that clear? I am opening your textbook. You may see this, how this is happening. Everybody must have the textbook with science when you are studying. Your textbook is there before you, and that this is, see that chemical reaction, yes, chemical reaction and equation. So you may see here a picture is being shown here. Our students is holding some ribbon and giving into the fire, is burning and giving white ashes. So obviously what's happening? This is chemical reactions happening, and it giving white ash. Obviously burning means it's combinations of the substance with the oxygen, that's burning with air. What is the white substance is called? I will later discuss when I will make performance of the activity. Types of chemical equations. Types of chemical equations are here. Types of chemical equation. This is types of chemical equation. Right now, combination reactions, and the second type is there combination reaction, and after that displacement reactions, and what next is after displacement reaction, and neutralization. Double displacement reaction is also in a textbook. It is very smaller portions of the types of reaction given, but I will give you the knowledge of the chemical equations types in detail. Before studying the types of chemical reactions, I just want to give some more information about chemical equation and balancing of chemical equation. Just like that here, magnesiums in chemical equation, magnesium is combining with oxygen giving magnesium oxide. So this is written in the word. How can you convert this word equation into the symbolic form? Simply, and in magnesium you will write M. In magnesium you will write M, like that. In case of that, Mg, magnesium is Mg, and oxygen you will write here O2, and what being formed? Magnesium oxide. So one can write here MgO. Why not MgO2? Again I am taking you, while writing the chemical compound, you always have to know the valency of any atom. The crisscross method, just you employed that in the 9th class. It's a 2 valency, it's 2 valency. It means one atom of magnesium will combine with one atom of oxygen because they are satisfying their valency. MgO. Is that clear? So this is the symbolic representation of chemical reaction. Again go to that here. Let this is magnesium is combining with magnesium, being this is right side is the product and left side is the reactants. Now go under certain more, there is this writing chemical reaction. Now the second concern is balancing chemical reaction. So I told you the balancing chemical reaction here is taken zinc plus sulfuric acid. Again, what is the symbol for the zinc? The symbol of the zinc is what? Zn, and sulfuric acid is what? H2O4. Some is very common acids which are generally used by the humankind, the lab technicians in laboratory. They are very common. HCl, hydrochloric acid, this is called. H2SO4, this is known as the sulfuric acid. Nitric acids. In second chapter, we'll divide these acids into the organic and inorganics, right? So zinc will combine obviously with sulfate, will form zinc sulfate, and again hydrogen gas is being released here. I think you would have been observing that hydrogen gas is being formed in previous class and previous reactions also. Here also hydrogen is being formed. Here also hydrogen is being formed here. In this reaction which I wrote here, he is also. So obviously hydrogen formation is what happening. They all have taken metal here. So when metal react with acid forms hydrogen gas, release the liberation of hydrogen gas. That we will study in detail in the acid and base chapter number 2. Here now zinc is combining with acid, giving zinc sulfate with liberation of hydrogen gas. So first question is, how do we balance a chemical reaction? So in your textbook here is a table method is given here, but it is difficult. I tell the student the hit and trial method, because hit and trial method is however slightly difficult than this method, but hit and trial method 80% of the students can learn the hit and trial methods in the 10th class, right? So it's easy sum here, and hit and trial method I told you, just like that the chemical reaction I'm telling you about the help hit and trial method balancing. So I wrote here this Fe the chemical reactions. What is the chemical reaction? Iron is reacting with water. Iron is reacting with water. And what being formed here? Is being formed here Fe3O4 and plus what? Liberation of hydrogen. We'll see this. Yes, liberation of hydrogen. Fe3O4 is being formed and liberation of hydrogen is there. Hydrogen again. So you will see to the left hand side as a reactant. They are reactant and they are as a product. We can speak it they are as a product. See, so iron is, or it's water. Fe is one atom is here, and here 3 atoms as a product. On the other hand, we'll see the hydrogen atoms as a reactant. 2 hydrogen atoms are here. Here 2 hydrogen atoms. But as a reactant, oxygens is 1, but here oxygens is 4. Oxygens are 4 atoms here. So is it a balanced chemical equation? No, this is not a balanced chemical equation. So we need to balance it. Now the question rises here, how do we balance it? We balance the chemical equation here by hit and trial method. So see first, 1 atom of iron combining with water. First you select one element as atom, iron. How many irons are here as reactant? 1. And to the right side 3. So I just have right here 3. So by writing 3, it balancing the 3ness of atom of iron to the right side. Is that clear? Same. Now we can speak iron is balanced. hydrogen as in water, 2 are there, and here 2. So let's speak here, hydrogen is also balanced, but not oxygen. How many oxygen atoms are there as reactant in water? 1, and here 4. So I write 4 here this. So when I write 4, by writing the 4, it makes the balancing of oxygen, but not makes the balancing of hydrogen. It immediately just it makes 8 atoms of hydrogen, but here not 8 atoms of hydrogen as a product. So by writing 4, it makes 8ness of the hydrogen atom to the right. So see that as a product 4 atoms of hydrogens are there, as a reactant 4 atoms of hydrogens are there. So we'll speak here the 3 elements: iron, hydrogen and oxygen, reactants and product. Iron reactant, how many are there? 3. Product 3. Here hydrogen atom how many? 8. Here 8. And oxygen how many are? 4. Here 4. Now as a reactant and product, the number of atoms of hydrogen, iron and oxygens are same. We'll speak the chemical reaction is now balanced. So understood everybody here? I will give some questions to balance a chemical equation that will help you to understand this topic. Is that clear, guys? It's enough for the day. Thank you, Raj. Nice day.